Because I'm already recording it. Okay, so let's start with number 2. Okay, so for this item, number 2 and number 4, I'm going to number 2 and number 5, I'm going to answer them. For number 4, number 3, I'm still looking for the solution for that one. Okay, so let's start with number 2. Why is the answer 197? Your answer is 196. Actually, the answer is 197. Why? We're asking for the least number, correct? So since we are asked for the least number or the number with the lowest value, since that the question here is at least it's the least number in the 15th row. So if you will notice here, that the numbers here are actually square numbers, correct? These are square numbers. So if these numbers are square numbers, definitely on the 15th row, we will just simply identify 15 squared, correct? And what is 15 squared? 15 squared is actually equivalent to 225. The next thing to do here is to subtract a number. For each row, how many numbers? For the first row, there's only one number. For the second row, there are three numbers. For the third row, there are five numbers. For the fourth row, there are seven numbers. For the fifth row, there are nine numbers. So if you will notice that these are odd numbers, correct? So we just simply need to identify the 15th odd number. And what is the 15th odd number? The 15th odd number is actually 29, correct? So the 15th odd number is 29. So what are we going to do here is to subtract 225 by 229. And we will get 196. But when we are looking for the least number, or if we are counting, then we need to add 1. We always add 1 to our answer. So the answer now will be equivalent to 197. Questions, clarification for number 2?
No, no.
Okay. So that's quite easy now. Sige. I'm going to clear this one. So again, this is recorded. Okay. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Number 5. Number 3, let's skip that one first. Okay. So for number 5, what you're going to do here is to identify the LCD of each number. When I say each number, count the number of letters in each word.
Yeah.
That is 3. This is 5. Philippines, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is 11 and then this is 7. So if you will get the LCD, this is 77 times 15. I'm just going to get my calculator. 77 times 15. So the LCD for number 5 is actually 1,155. So what we're going to do here is to divide this by 60. I think you got it. You got the concept, but you had a mistake in doing the division process. So I think that is the reason why your answer is 19 minutes and 15 seconds, whereas the answer is actually 19 minutes and 25. Wait lang. You're correct. You're correct for number 5 pala kasi I'm thinking of 19.25. So 25 is a 25. So yeah. You're correct. So nothing to worry for number 5, okay? So in here for
So wait, so I was actually correct.
yes, you are correct. 19 minutes and 15 seconds
Oh,
because 25%,
but my
25%.
mom. Oh, I think she didn't. I think the answer wasn't 15 seconds because in her answer.
Yeah, the answer in the answer actually the answer in the answer is actually 19.25. So looking at this one, so definitely the one, or maybe including me, did not notice that one, but 0.25 is actually equivalent to 15 seconds. So you are correct. Okay. Now, So on number 3, we're going to skip that one first. Okay, so I'll find a way on how to solve that one in an easy way and in a faster way. No? So let's move on to number, wait. Okay, number 6. Wait lang Number 6, 7. Number 6 and 7, let's skip that one first because number 7, looking at it, I'm still finding a way. To be honest, I don't know how to answer number 7. So I am still finding a way on how to do this one. For number 6, I'm looking for an easier way. Number 8, this is how we do number 8. Actually, number 8 is a typo error. A typographical error. Why is it typo? Wait Wait. Okay. So why is it a typo error? So actually, when we are asking for the shortest distance, we are going to apply the Pythagorean Theorem. What you did here is you added 31 and 16. That's why you got 47. But what you need to do here is to use the Pythagorean Theorem. But looking at it, following the situation here, we won't get the answer that is 65. Okay? But the what do you call this? As long as you know how to place the items or you place the significant places and then just simply apply the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so this one is just a matter of how are you going to place the places in your solution. Okay, now just like what I've said a while ago, you are just going to use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So actually this there's a typographical error kasi it says here that the mistake that I saw here was this one. Where is that? El Pijo's jewelry shop is 32. This one. This one should be the jewelry shop must be here. So this flower shop must be changed into jewelry shop so that we will get 65 meters. Now, how it became 65 meters, this will become 31 squared plus the sum of the other, what is this? The sum of the other, um, wait lang sum of the other distances. I'm just going to check. 31 squared plus, that will be 32 plus 16 squared. Oh yeah, and then get the square root of that one. Oh wait. It should be 31 plus 32. Oh, 63 squared plus 16 squared. Okay, got it. So, and then square root. Yeah. So it should be, it's not 31 squared. It should be, wait, that one should be, basa if you're going to change this as the jewelry shop. Okay, if we're going to change this as the jewelry shop, then our sentence will be 31 plus 32 and then square it and then plus 7 plus 16, 7 plus 9 squared. And then after adding those two, you're just going to square, get the square root and then you will get, actually the answer here is actually 4,225. Get the square root of 4,225 and that would be 65. Okay, so the square root of 4,225 is actually 65. That's why the answer for number 8 is 65 meters. Okay, so this is a typo error. So again, just like what I've said a while ago, the flower shop must be changed into jewelry shop. Okay, so number 6 and number 7, I need to identify how to do that one. Okay, any questions or yes, what?
None.
Okay, so next. For number, I think number 9, you got it correctly. That is 168. Number 10, actually, I identify solution here. Okay, but I'm looking for a formula, but I'm going to discuss the way I did it. Okay, so what I did for number 10 is I assumed a number. Okay, so the thing here is that the places, the time given here are just confusers. What you need to do here is to focus on this first half of the trip and um, 17 over 20 of his planned speed. That is the only thing that we need to focus here. Now, how did I solve for this one? Okay, but the solution that I'm going to show to you, it's up to you if you're going to follow this. Okay, but still, I'm going to devise a formula to do this one. Now, I think in your science class, speed, distance, and time was discussed to you. No, so we know that the distance, or I mean, excuse me, the speed is equivalent to distance over time. Correct? Do you remember this formula? Speed, distance, time.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So speed is equal to distance over time. So this was discussed to us in our science class. Now, let us assume a number. Say for example that the distance between those two places is, it's up to you what number do you want to use. Me, I'm going to use 80. Okay? Any number will do here as long as it is an even number. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm just using it. And then for the speed, for the time, say for example, the time that you need for this travel is 2 hours. Okay, again, it's up to you. What will be your number of hours? It can be 1 hour lang. It's up to you. Okay, and then for our speed, computing for the speed, using this formula, distance over time, so speed now will be equivalent to 40 kilometers per hour. Before I proceed, question? Okay, so far, so
I
yes.
wait. It's really confusing. Can you like
You know what?
can you do it again? I am a bit speechless. Can you do it again?
Okay. In here, what I did here was I just simply assumed a number. These numbers will be based on the one who is solving it. It's up to you what numbers are you going to put here. So these are just only my numbers. These numbers are not being solved. Actually, this is the only one that is being solved. 40 came from 80 divided by 2. So 80 divided by 2 is 40. 80 and 2, it's up to you if you want to use 80 and 2 or if you want to use other numbers. If you want to use smaller numbers, it's okay. That's okay. That's totally fine with me. Now, this is what are we going to do. It says here that on the first half of his trip is actually 10 based based on our example based on our example, this is actually 40. Teach, why is it 40? Again, based on our distance, the total distance is 80. Half of that is actually 40. Okay, his speed was 17 over 20. So during the first half of his trip, he is only using 17 over 20 of his speed. If the speed is 40 kilometers per hour, then we will just simply identify the 17 over 20 of 40. So identifying 17 over 20 of 40, and that would be 34. So this will be the speed of Jeffrey Perez on the first half of the trip. Question.
Wait, it's I'm cool.
Um,
But
sige, sige,
but
sige.
I'm really like it. Wait, what? I'm really confused about the question. Is that they don't have a starting time.
Again, they don't have.
The starting time. Like what time you started traveling.
Sorry, I cannot, I cannot somehow
The
your.
starting time, the time he started
Ah,
traveling.
Yeah, they don't have based on this problem. 8 a.m. here is just a confuser. So this is a confuser. Actually, you can actually erase this one. So even though you don't put 8 a.m. here, you can still solve the problem. Okay? So this is just a confuser. 8 a.m. here is just a confuser. So there's no
Okay,
start.
but how did
Yes.
you get 2 hours again?
I get 2 hours. That's only my assumed time.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I only assume 2 hours here. So on your part, if you want to use 3 hours, it's okay. If you want to use 1 hour, it's okay. Me, I use 2 hours. That's only my, that's only my, my assumption. Okay. So again, these numbers are only assumptions. 80 and 2 hours. Let's proceed.
So,
Yes, what?
okay, okay.
Okay. Now, let us identify the time. Yeah. Let's identify the time that he spent in his first trip. In his first trip, using this formula, so isn't it that speed is 34? So 34 is equal to half of 80, which is 40 over time.
So it's
Solve it
56.
again.
So isn't it 7/5 or
Time now will be equivalent to distance over speed, wherein distance is actually 40 and speed is 34. In that case, okay, so in that case, T now, his time on the first trip will be 20 over 17. Question on how I identify 20 over 17. So again, 20 over 17 is the time that he spent on the first half only. Question?
wait, is it the first? This 20/17 is the first.
Again.
Wait, speed.
Sige.
Wait, let me just think. Let me just let me try to understand.
Okay. Sige. Let us continue. No? Now, how many
Oh,
more?
wait,
Yes, what?
I'm still thinking about it.
You're still thinking. Oh, sige. Okay. Just notify me if you're okay, ah.
But like, what's 34 the time?
34? Where did I get 34? That is actually
No, no,
the...
no, why is it the time?
Ah, because we need to identify how much time.
Um,
Yes.
oh, so you're just gonna replace.
Yes, correct. As you can see here, I just simply exchange the places of these two. I just exchange the places of those two, T and
So
34.
the time is
40
20.
over 34. This one.
The time is 20/17.
Again. The time now will be, syempre, if you do lowest term for this one, it would be 20 over 17.
Okay, okay.
Okay? Now, let's proceed for this one. Since we already get, this is the time for the first half. This is the time for the first half. So we need to identify how many more time does Jeffrey need to attain 2 hours. So first half. So for us to identify the remaining time, that will be 2 minus 20 over 17. And 2 minus 20 over 17 will give us wait lang, 14 over 17. So this is the remaining time that he need so that he will attain 2 hours. So he only have 14 over 17 hours. Okay? For the second half. So for the second half, the distance will still be 40. Simply because the total distance is 80. So we already used the first half a while ago. So the second half will only be 40. Now, the question now for this green part will be what must be his speed to attain this time. So again, using this formula, speed is equal to distance over time. So S now is equivalent to 40, sorry, 40 divided by or over 14 over 17. Solving for this, and I know you know how to do this one. I'm just going to use my calculator to divide that one to save some time. So that would be 40 divided by 14 over 17. And this will give us 340 over 7. So this must be his speed on the second half. Is this the answer? Because the question is what fraction of his planned speed had he traveled at for the second part of his trip? No. What are we going to do here is to divide this kasi we're going to get the percentage. So percentage base rate. So we're going to divide 340 over 7 by 40. 40 is the original speed. So doing that, 340 over 7 divided by 40 and we will get 17 over 14. So this will be now our final answer. Somehow a long one. That is why I am still identifying a formula for this one. Actually, I am deriving a formula for this one so that you will have an easy way on dealing this problem. Sige,
Okay.
okay. So again, this is recorded. So again, try to watch this one so that you would be you would be refreshed on this one. Okay. Next, number 11. Number 11 is quite easy. So what to do with number 11? For number 11, wait lang, I'm just going to clear every drawings. For number 11, what are we going to do here is to first divide 726 by 6. Teach, why do we need to divide it by 6? Because there are 6 faces. So 726 divided by 6 divided by 6 and that is equivalent to 121. Okay? 121, it means that what is this? The area of the faces is 121. So what are we going to do here is to get the square root of 121. Getting the square root of 121, and that is actually 11, correct? Now, after this, we need to identify now the size of the cube. How do we identify the size of the cube? Since we already get 11 here, what we're going to do next is to just simply add 2 to 11. 11 plus 2 is now 13. So the size of the cube now is 13, or the length of the side is now 13. So we can now identify the volume of the large cube, and that is 13 times 13 times 13, or that is 13 cube times 4. Teach, why did you multiply it by 4? Because it says in the problem that the volume of the small cube is 4 cm cube. So doing this, the answer now will be equivalent to, wait lang, just going to get my calculator. The answer now is 8,788 cm cube. 8,788 cm cube. Okay. Question before I proceed.
Wait, um, hmm. Let me think of that.
Okay. Tell me if you're okay, so that we can proceed on the next item. Can we now proceed to the next item?
Oh, wait.
Oh, sige, sige. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. Wait lang,
Wait, I still feel a bit confused.
on what part?
The question, though.
Okay. So, it says here that if I may draw a cube, so this is a cube, right? So, try to imagine a cube, and then it is all painted, correct? And then, after painting it, they cut it like in this way. Smaller cubes. They cut it in this way. Wait, I'll just change the color so that you'll see the cut. So they cut it this way. So again, this cube is just a representation of the problem. So if they cut it this way and then dismantle it, it will create a lot of cubes, correct? So after dismantling it, they counted the number of cubes with only one face painted. They counted it and they got 726. So that is actually the situation in this given problem. Question?
Can you please continue?
Again.
Like, continue the solution again and explain it.
Okay, sige. So let's move on to the next item now.
Oh, no, continue the solution. I'm confused about how,
Uh, okay, sige, wait lang.
yeah, that's what I'm asking about. How you got,
Wait. Okay, now, so there are 726 cubes, right? So it means that actually looking at this figure on the right side of your screen, this one, wait lang, this one, this part is actually painted once. It has only one side, one face that's being
yeah,
painted. Yeah, though. So
they
counting
divide
those
by
again,
6 to
yeah,
get
we
the,
divided by 6 to get 121, meaning the area of this part is 121. The area of this part is also 121. The area of this part is also 121. So what we need to do here is to get the measurement of this part. 11 here is actually the measurement of this one. This green line that you are seeing is now 11. The measurement of this is 11. The measurement of this is 11. The measurement of this is 11 since this is a cube. So that's why we identify or we get the number 11 here. Why do we need to add 2 here? We need to add 2 to identify naman the measurement of the cube itself. So we added 2, one for this and the other one here. That is why we added 2. So 11 plus 2 and that is 13. So 13 now is actually this part. So get the volume of that one, that is 13 cube, and we need to multiply it by 4 since each small cube, the volume of each small cube is 4 cm cube. So 13 cube times 4 is actually 8,788 cm cube.
Oh, wait. How's 11 beside again?
How 11, again?
How's 11 like the side of the stuff in the middle?
Okay. Wait lang, just going to change the color. Okay. Looking at this part, di ba this part is actually, the area of this part is 121, correct? And this is a
Oh, the
square.
area?
Yes, the area of this square now is actually 121, correct? This is
Yeah,
one.
but
Now,
is
yes, what?
100, 100
Again,
is the amount
121.
of cubes.
Again, what's your question again?
120 is the amount of cubes in the one side.
Okay. Model, this must be discussed to you when you were in what do you call this? How am I going to say that one? Wait lang. I'm thinking of a simpler word for that one. Okay, not the area. The number of cubes in this green square is 121. The number of cubes in this square is 121. Not the area. Sorry for that one. The number of cubes in that area is 121. Got it?
Also, you're just gonna get the like the amount of cubes on the whole side.
Yes. Now, we now need to count the number of cubes. Let me draw another cube now so that it will be clear. The front face na lang. The front face. Okay. So assuming that that's the front face of the cube. So again, this part is 121. There are 121 cubes. We need to identify the length of this one. And how to get the length of this one? Get the square root of 121. And the square root of 121 is 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, after getting 11, we need to add 2 kasi we need to identify the measurement of the whole cube. So 11 plus 1 and plus 1, and that is 13. Then getting the volume, this will be the process. Questions?
None.
Okay. So you can go back naman here later. No? Next,
Yeah.
number 12 tayo ha. So clear. Number 12. Okay. So there is a formula for this one and it is not hard to memorize. The formula for this one, when we are dealing with the angles in a clock, that will be angle, let's denote it as letter A, is equivalent to wait lang, nakalimutan ko. Wait. 60H minus 11M divided by 2. 60H. H will be the hour minus 11M. M is the number of minutes. Say for divided by 2. And then the answer is always positive. Say for example, H. Say for example, the time is 7:40. What is the angle formed by 7:40 a.m. or 7:40 p.m.? So H now will be equivalent to 7. M now will be equivalent to 40. Got it? Okay. So that's how we use letter H and letter M in this problem. Okay. So I'm just going to clear that one so that you have an idea what is H and what is M in this solution. Now, it says here that the time
What's
is,
H and M again?
again,
H and M.
H and M, yes. H is the hour, M is the minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Proceed. O, sige. Now, says here that the time is between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And since the time is between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., we can already identify that the value of h is 6. Correct? Question?
No.
Okay. Now, what we need to do here is to identify the value of m. The solution now will be this one. 75, since that is A, which is the angle, 75 is equal to 60h, 60 times h, which is 6, minus 11m divided by 2. And there will be two solutions here. And this would be 105 is equal to 60 times 6 minus 11m.
I'm really confused now.
On
Like
what part?
starting with the step.
Starting with the 75.
Yeah, you're gonna make the 75 again.
Okay, 75 is the angle here. And A stands for angle. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is the first solution. For the second solution, how come it is 105? 105 came from 180 minus 75. In a clock, we can still form a 75-degree by subtracting the given angle by 180. From 180. So that is the reason why I got 105 here. Before I proceed, question.
No.
None. Okay. Now, this one, it's easy to solve. So, solving for this, 75, we multiply it by 2. So, this will become 150 is equal now to, this one is 360. 60 times 6 is 360 minus 11m. Minus 11m. And then, syempre, this is algebra, 150 minus 360, and that is 210. 210 negative 210 is equal to negative 11m. Solving for m, if we divide 210 by 11, so 210 divided by 11, and that would be in mixed number form, that would be 19 and 1 over 11. So m now, m will be equal to 19. Say we remove now the negative sign because we don't want a negative sign here. 19 and 1 over 11. So the first time, kasi sabi dito, two times. What are the two times? The first time now is 6 o'clock and 19, 1 over 11. Before I proceed, question.
Um. So I need to memorize the solution talaga.
Yeah, the solution. But I think you need to, since you are doing common naman, you can just simply memorize the formula.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on the other hand, in this case, same process here, multiply 105 by 2. So this will become 210. 210 is equal to 360 minus 11m. And then, syempre, solving for m, 210 minus 360, and this will give us 150. Negative 150, I mean. Negative 150 is equivalent to negative 11m. And then, we solve for m, just like what we do in common. So, 150 divided by 11. And writing it in, what do you call this? Writing it in, what do you call this? Mixed number. That would be m is equal to 13 and 7 over 11. Now, what are we going to do here? we are not going to add it to 6 o'clock. We are going to subtract that number from 7 o'clock. So how to do that one? First, 7 o'clock minus 13 minutes. 7 o'clock minus 13 minutes, and that would be 47. 6 o'clock and 47 minutes. How about the time? So in that case, you would just simply subtract 1 minus 7 over 11. 1 minus 7 over 11, and that will be 4 over 11. So these are now the two answers for number 12. Question?
It's just not. I don't really like memorizing solutions.
Okay. Pero you understand the way I explained it.
I'm confused about it, but I think I can figure it out. I didn't really try to answer this question now because I know that takes some time. But I have
Mm.
an idea in mind na that's another solution from yours.
Okay, okay, okay. So what? Do we proceed?
Sure.
Okay. So thank you. So let us clear this one. Let's clear this one. Wait lang. Number in this matter, we're going to skip actually the three items. Sorry for that one. We're going to skip those three items. So number 11 is okay. Number 12 is okay. 13, 14, and 15. Let us skip it first. Number 16. For number 16, we're going to use an algebra way. This is a grade 8 topic for number 16. So I hope that you will understand the process here because this is the easiest way in dealing this specific item.
I think I wait. Let me check if I got to.
Again. Sige, I'll wait na.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong. That's okay.
Okay. So, ouch. So in here, since we are dealing with profit and selling price, this one, you need to remember this one. Wait lang, where's my scratch paper here? Okay. So, profit, okay, profit, I'll write it as letter P. Profit, P is for, I'll just write it all. Profit is equivalent to selling price, which is SP, again, selling price minus cost price. And the loss, okay, isn't it that in business we have profit, we have loss. Loss is actually equivalent to what that is? Cost price minus selling price. So that's why this item is somehow difficult. Why? This is, I think this is new to you, no? This concept is new to you. This is not being discussed to you. So I am actually hesitant to discuss this one, but syempre I need to discuss this.
So yeah, I know that.
But you're just
I
going to
know what
memorize.
process. Yeah, I like it's already like it's general knowledge now in that
Okay, okay, good.
it's
Sige, good. Okay, now let us proceed. Profit. It says here that the profit is actually 2,000 pesos, correct? So in that case, it will be 2,000 is equal to selling price, SP, minus CP, cost price. Next, if it is sold at 75% of its selling price, the loss is 1,500. So in this case, this will be 1,500 is now equal to cost price minus 75 of the selling price. So in that case, that will be 75%. That is 3/4, right? So 3/4 of the selling price. Before I proceed, question.
none.
Okay. Now, what we need to do is to identify the value of the cost price. No? So in this case, this is actually a graded topic, solving systems of linear equation by elimination. So what we need to do here is to add these two equations. If we add those two equations, we can cancel out this cost price on the first equation and the cost price on the second equation. Why? If we add those, negative cost price plus cost price is 0. Correct? So adding this will be now 3,500. 2,000 plus 1,500 is actually 3,500 is equal now to selling price minus 3/4 of the selling price. That is actually 1/4 of the selling price. Solving for the value of the selling price, we multiply everything by 4. So
Oh, wait. So is the answer 12,000?
correct. The answer is 12,000. So you got
Oh,
it
okay.
correctly.
The
So
answer I put present here was the selling price.
yeah, okay. So I won't continue it kasi you got the answer naman, right? So let us proceed. I'm just going to clear this one. So number 18. Let's try to do number 18 kasi there is something I want to continue it up to up to 3 o'clock eh. No, kasi I'll just inform your mom that we did it 1 hour and then tomorrow let's do 2 hours, no, if possible, no, kasi we have things to do right now.
We got 3 sessions, right?
Again, two
We have
questions.
we have 3 sessions, right?
Yes, we have 2 sessions, but for now
We
we
have
only
three, right?
yeah, three sessions. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Kasi your competition will be on Sunday, correct? Am I correct? May 9. Yes,
Yeah,
May 9. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So we will have session kasi your mom is asking if we can do 2 hours. Right now we can't, pero tomorrow let's try lang. Pero if possible kung 1 hour lang, let's have 1 hour. Okay? Got it? So let's try to answer the last item for this session muna, number 18, no? So I encircled the items that I skipped, no? So let's do number 18. It says in number 18, Sir Efren once taught the student in his pushcart class that the sum of the squares of n consecutive numbers may be calculated by n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 6. Using this formula, what is the sum of those? Notice this one. How can we use the formula if the given numbers are not actually square numbers? Observing the given numbers, they are actually related to square numbers. Why? Notice this one. 3 is actually 4 minus 1. 4 is a square number, correct? 4 minus 1 is 3. 8. 8 is actually 9 minus 1, correct? Edric?
Yes, yes.
Ayan. 15 is actually 16 minus 1. 24 is 25 minus 1. 36 is 35 is 36 minus 1. So it means that 5,624 is actually equivalent to 5,625 minus 1, wherein 5,625 is actually, wait lang 5,625 is actually 75 squared. So, meaning that there are 75 square numbers here. Kasi the last number is actually 75 squared minus 1. So there are 75 numbers here. We can now use this formula. Using that formula, that would be 75 times 76 times 150 divided by 6. I think you can do this one. Yun nga lang, my dilemma here is that you might um, obtain um, a careless mistake. So 75 times 76 times 150 divided by 6. Doing that, so I'm just going to use my calculator, 75 times 76 times 150 divided by 6, and we will get 1,000 or 142,500. Now, this is not yet the answer because we are subtracting one by one for each
Yeah,
number.
you're not.
So we need to subtract, yes, correct. We need to subtract 75 from it. So 142,000 minus 75, and we will get 142,000, 142,425. So that's how we do number 18. Okay? For I won't erase that one. So I sorry. So that would be the last item to be discussed for this session. So there are a lot of items that I need to discuss. Number what do you call this? Number the one that I skipped. Number 3, number 6, number 7, 13, 14, 15, 17, and 19. No, and then the rest 20 to 30 I need to still discuss those items. Okay. And I think your what do you call this? They sent a mock test, another mock test that is somehow I am assuming that this would be somehow different, okay, different from the one that we did right now. No. So if in case that the one that we did right now is actually the same, so we will just simply
Wait,
continue.
sir, number 14, you don't need to discuss it anymore. I think I got it right.
Ah, okay,
I
okay,
answered
sige.
it. The ones my mom sent, I didn't really answer all of them.
Yeah. So the number 14, that is the Pilipinas 2021, 2021, 2021, correct? That's number
Yeah.
14. So you got it correctly. So I won't discuss it. So I will remove it from my list, okay? Sige. Now if in case that the mock test that you're going to do later, siguro I don't know what time are you going to do that kasi your mom informed me. And then your mom will inform me if the mock test that you're going to do later is the same with the mock test that I am discussing right now. No? So we'll meet tomorrow. Siguro it's is the time okay with you? 1 o'clock? Is 1 o'clock okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, so 1 o'clock tomorrow. Pero still I'm going to to inform your mom if 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Okay? Okay. So again, this is recorded so you can revisit it later. Now, sige, if you don't have questions, sige, you may leave the room. So let's see each other tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.